Periyava Sharanam, Glimpses from Sri Periyava's Life History, Volume 7, Chapter 16, Continued. Patna Visit. Traveling through Tanapur, Periyava reached Patna city, the capital of Bihar state, on Wednesday, April 24, 1935. Situated at the confluence of the Ganges, Gandaki and Son rivers, Patna has great historical significance. Known by the ancient name of Pataliputra, the city of Patna is associated with two of the world's oldest religions, Buddhism and Jainism. Patna was also the seat of the great Maurya and Gupta empires. The Maharajas of Athwa and Amavan, along with many prominent citizens of Patna, received Periyava at the outskirts of the city. Seated on a high pedestal, Simhasana, Periyava gave darshan to several thousands of people. On behalf of the local citizens, welcome addresses were read out in both Sanskrit and Hindi. Led by the two Maharajas and their troops, including cavalries, Periyava was taken in procession from the outskirts into the city. On April 26, 1935, Periyava attended a conference of scholars, Pandits, who had gathered in Patna from Magadh, Videha and other neighboring districts. The organizers of the conference, Patna Vihara Pandit Samaj, received Periyava with due honors and read out an address in Sanskrit welcoming Periyava to the conference. A popular local English daily, The Searchlight, published an editorial on Periyava's visit to Patna. A part of this editorial is reproduced below. Bihar accords a cordial and respectful welcome to Jagadguru Swami Shankaracharya of Kamakoti Peetham. Heir to a great and honored tradition, Swamiji Maharaj is an object of veneration to Hindus all over India, and his presence in our midst is a rare privilege. Religious leadership is on the wane in these modern days, but there is something truly majestic and inspiring in some of these traditions of old that had their roots in the spiritual needs and requirements of the people. The many pithas established in India served a definite purpose and were parts of the close-knit religious organization of the times. We have no doubt that Swamiji's message will leave an abiding impression on all who receive it, for what he has to say is the result of study and tapas. Shankara Jayanti Festival. Periyava conducted the 1935 Shankara Jayanti Festival in the palace of Athwa Maharaj. On Adi Shankara's birthday, May 7th, the local people helped in organizing a large procession leading to the Bhagirath Ghat on the shores of Ganges river. To the accompaniment of Nadaswaram music in the procession, a majestic elephant carried a portrait of Sri Adi Shankara and the Acharya Padukas. With Periyava walking the entire route, thousands of people joined the procession. After the ritual of Abhishekam to the Padukas, Periyava spoke in Hindi about the birth of Adi Shankara. The next day, members of the Patna Pandit Sabha performed Bhiksha Vandanam and Pada Puja to Periyava. Prominent citizens who had darshan of Periyava included the family of Bapu Rajendra Prasad, later President of India, High Court judges, chief engineers and others. Trip to Gaya. Periyava moved out of Patna on May 11, 1935. He reached Harihara Kshetra on the northern bank of Ganges. Harihara Kshetra's main attraction is the biggest cattle fair in Asia, where numerous elephants are lined up and sold in large numbers. Traveling further, Maha reached the holy city of Gaya, about 65 miles from Patna, on May 20, 1935. Gaya is a well-known city that has attained fame as cultural capital of Magad region. The city is located at the western bank of the river Phalguni. At the border of the city, he was received with due honors by the Dikkari Maharaja and local dignitaries and escorted in a procession to the royal palace. Soon after reaching the destination, Maha had a dip in the sacred Phalguni river. Later, he visited Buddha Gaya and had darshan of the ancient and famous Bodhi tree under which Lord Buddha attained enlightenment and a statue of Buddha. Deoghar visit. After visiting several other cities, Maha arrived in Deoghar in Bihar, now in Jharkhand state. This city is one of the oldest believed to be Swayambhu, self-created. Deoghar itself means the house of God. Deoghar is an important Hindu pilgrimage center, with the Vaidyanath temple being one of the 12 Shiva Jyotirlingams in India. The city is also known as Vaidyanatha Kshetra. At this place, Maha first visited the Sanskrit school and later prayed at the temple of Vaidyanathar and Girija Devi. Maha visits Calcutta. The city of Calcutta in West Bengal is located about 250 miles southeast of Vaidyanatha Kshetra. Earlier, Maha had decided to perform the 1935 Vyasa Puja in Calcutta. With barely 23 days left for this event, Maha had to travel fast to reach Calcutta on time for the Vyasa Puja. On July 13, 1935, Maha reached Howrah, located on the southern bank of the river Hooghly, also known as Bhagirathi Hooghly, traditionally known as Ganga. Prominent citizens of the city, accompanied by immigrants from other states like Gujarat, Maharashtra, Andhra, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, received Maha with great enthusiasm. After staying for a night in Howrah, Maha crossed the river and visited the office of All India Varnashrama Swarajya Sangh. Maha performed the 1935 Vyasa Puja in Calcutta. He continued to stay in Calcutta until September 1935 to observe the Chaturmasa Vratam. The Devasthana Dharmakartas of the famous Calcutta Kali temple received Maha at the temple with due honors and read out welcome addresses in Bengali, Sanskrit and English. Later, Maha accepted Bhiksha and Pada Puja from many prominent persons, including Manmathanath Mukherjee, Judge of Calcutta High Court, Maharajas of Burdwan and Nador, Mahopadhyaya, N.S. Anantakrishna Shastri and Sri Dwarakanath Mittar, Chief of Calcutta's Government Sanskrit College. To be continued, Periyava Sharanam.